I accidentally paused it, but don't worry. You didn't see anything. Oh my god, I was slapped. This game. I suppose I'm saying this gameplay will have some voice acting. So, pay close attention to it. So, Dread in Century. So, here's gonna be how they sound like. Dread Wing. Century. Forward hood. Who told me that is racist or not? Obstruction. Nah, who cares? I like that. That ain't looking at me, buddy. Please don't look at me. Oh, nice. Whoa, it's impossible to kill him while he's charging. Don't make it simple. No. Bombardier beetles always win because it's my favorite beetle. Yeah, right. My favorite beetle is death beetle. And not exist one. That not exist one. My brother. Did you kill my brother? You sure did. No boy. Did I tell that stuff to it? I'm running. I'm gonna get you and tell you why. Thank you for putting back. It really helps you. No one can defeat Ele de Belega, Teleca, Boleca, Lequipo, Locomatica. You may be smart, but I'm smarter, but you may be smart, but I'm smarter, but you may be smart, but I'm smarter, but I think we're close to the fourth. You are correct. Congratulations. Person! That's the first time I saw him go. Is that some? Then you can go like this. Go right here. I'm kind of actually scared. You can't run from me, Thomas. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm stronger. I'm there. I'm stronger. I'm gonna get you. If I went to a therapy, I can go into therapy. Yeah, you cannot survive. Yeah, you cannot survive me. Yeah, you cannot survive me. You must die. Oh no. Go. Mẹ. Em vừa lột thì cái la cái đi cái chim cho chị cho thôi chị cho something known as bombardier. Get up the. I call you Bombardier. You'll be so amazing. Look at you. Oh, look, the poison. Are you dead yet? No. You know I'm gonna catch the Indian solo the trains about the gun. Ling lang long ling la la long. Let's see how strong I am. Hello, big guy. You cannot survive this. Nobody and the Bible. You cannot survive me and the Bible will take you, not anymore. The Bible will take you, and not anymore. The Bible will take you, not anymore. Kaboom! Come at me and see what happens. I'm gonna face obstruction. Let's see what happens if you kill me. so cool. Last are you done to my brother? Last are you done to my brother? Not until you die. Yeah, you're above than me. Yeah, except this is more. I forgot an item. That was This is why your dad wants to get milk. This is why your dad wants to get milk. But your dad was 4,000. Oh no, get in. Thank God. Not thank God for you. Now after you get to my brother. Now after you get to my brother. Oh, no, after what you did to my brother. No one cares about me. I don't even care about them. Hello, Mandy. Welcome to Fortnite Store. You were about to say, yeah, you tried to kill me, I just kill you. Wait. Here's an easy trick. Yeah, kill me and see what happens here. Kill me and see what happens here. I'm quitting. I'm actually quitting. Hey. I'm going to use this for a different purpose. Dun, 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 dun. Go get him. Then. Let me go get the changer real quick. I probably want to change him. What do you want? Another one of him. And another. My voice is out. Actually, let's hope that my voice is out. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I gotta go. I need a frozen 5. I don't know what it is. I hope it's a frozen. I am gonna get a bow. Oh, I'm gonna get a little trout. Gonna get a little bow. I don't wanna get a foul. I wish I was a bomb. I wish I was a bombardier beetle. I wish I was a bombardier beetle. I wish I was a bombardier beetle, yeah. I wish I was a gonna bounce. They're gonna bounce. They're gonna bounce. It's middle in the game and got it in the car. Got it in the car. Then they have it in the bounce. And then the bounce gonna get this round. Yep, I'm gonna show some creatures. I'm gonna don't sleep. I'm gonna show some beach. I'm gonna show some. I'm gonna show some. I'm gonna show some power of them all. Oh, gonna get them all. Gonna let them kiss, yeah. Come on, make them kiss. On my torrent boy, better little laugh boy. Oh, it's a potato party. It's a potato party. Stop, boy, stop, boy. Jack, You better get the spade. What do you go about it? You want to know how you feel when you play that's why you see something. I caught up with her in it. I think I can show you. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. I'm gonna know it. No way. Gonna run it away. Run it to me. Run it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna run it to me. I'm gonna run it to me. Oh, it's mine now. Final end on a beast. What is it on a curb? You're gonna. Yeah, baby, got it. Let's grow. Yeah. Gonna better be. They're gonna better be. Go. Always gotta be. Let's grow. Gonna get this grow. Gonna get this. Be a puffy. Today, all the corn found, all this music, all the very care. Look at this one. With a little while, I lived since 6 months ago. Sorry, but if you 18, 87, 18, 88, 18, 97, 19, 87. Just like whenever on your walk, did you wanna hide? Never saw. We tried. Oh. I do want 5 minutes at 32, but
Michael Afton is single-handedly the dumbest member of the Afton family. 1 year ago, I made a video going over Michael's apparent lack of intelligence. This coincidentally is also the video that started my descent into madness. However, there's one thing that repeatedly came up over that video's lifespan.
Michael was restrained to the chair.
Tied to the chair. Michael was strapped to a chair. Which, quite frankly, is not true. For some reason, Michael being instantly tied down upon entering the room is a common headcanon. But why? I get that this moment makes no sense, but this doesn't make much sense either. While it's true Ballora was wheeled in, or at least fastened down during her visit to the scooper, Michael is not shown or even implied to have gotten the same treatment. Let me refresh the memory of everybody watching. Michael crawls into the scooping room and is face to face with Ennard. And after being yapped at for what feels like 10 years, he just eats the scooper and calls it a day. Never, ever is there any sound of restraints, clicking, any conveyor belt noises, or anything. In fact, there's no way Ennard could have restrained Michael or fastened him down because Baby literally says,
Ballora is behind you. She is afraid of the scooping room. She will not follow you.
And since Ennard already exists and Baby's shell was fucking hollow, or at least mostly hollow, more on that later, every animatronic is already conjoined, which means that if Ballora won't enter, none of them will because they're all the same character now. There is nothing to even imply Michael was restrained to anything during this moment. He just didn't move. A lot of you guys also pointed out that on night 4, Baby literally gives an entire speech about the scooper. So Michael should be aware of what the scooper does, which makes him even dumber for not standing literally anywhere else but in front of the big spoon. Another response I got is that Ennard is somehow holding Michael down with wires, and that just isn't true. Going off the very blueprint seen in the game, we know that Michael is here, and based off the yap session we get right before we get scooped, we know that Ennard is on the far side of the room, on the other side of the glass. Looking around reveals that there are no wires present, so the only way for Ennard to make it to Michael is for him to somehow stretch all the way around the scooping room, and we just pray to Scott Cawthon that there's some sort of off-screen entrance that leads from back there to directly behind Michael. Or we assume that on the small portion of his body that we can't see, he's stretching his wires upwards and through an off-screen vent that's restricting us. This is just pure headcanon, and in fact, we can shoot down all of that by just taking a simple glance at Ennard. Ennard isn't that big, genuinely, and he's no different here than he is in the scooping room. If you look at Ennard, you'll notice that his feet don't even have much wiring around them, let alone the lower parts of his legs. What wires do remain have been chopped and cut down in preparation for their new onesie. How do I know this, you may ask? Because have you ever looked at a Funtime blueprint? This is some of the most bulky and complicated pasta I have ever seen. Circus Baby alone is fucking enormous and definitely wouldn't fit inside Michael, let alone 3 other giant animatronics, hence why they needed to cut themselves down. Stretching from one end of the scooping room to the other in their current state is not feasible, especially doing it in a way where we don't even see it. Using this small sliver of Ennard's obscured body with no deformation makes it really hard to believe. What wires do remain are either tightening it for structural purposes, like maintaining Ennard's shape and forming legs to stand on, or they're either too short to go anywhere, like we see here and here. Doing some sort of crazy off-screen stretch is a blob-level feat, and I know somebody out there is typing away preparing to say, Ennard could probably control wires not connected to him, which is false. Not only would that make the
Can Michael Afton just dodge the scooper? Can Michael Afton just get out of the way of where the can Michael
two metal parts are joined, they fit so perfectly you can't see the line between them. This precision comes from Wire EDM machine that cuts metal using electricity, not force. A brass wire, thinner than a hair, moves through the metal while thousands of sparks vaporize it. The wire never touches the surface. It carves using heat from controlled electric.
If you hate Jesus, keep scrolling. But if you love Jesus, hold your breath in 3, 2, 1. Then like this video, comment Jesus, share it with a friend, subscribe if you love Jesus.
My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but he felt like Kim Jong. He's so ugly when he smiled, he looked like the King Kong. My son useless, can't play ping pong. He tried to get a date with the girl so young, but she said hell no, cause he not that handsome. And my son so broke, can't buy the dim sum. Yeah. My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but
He just told Mary Magdalene 3 days later. I have yet to get to my father.
Why is this so terrifying? In 1966 in the Bahamas, divers found a blue hole so deep their instruments stopped working. The water inside was dead silent. No fish, no movement. When lights were lowered, they never came back. To this day, no one knows how deep it goes, or what's hiding where the light disappears. Why is this so terrifying? In 1966 in the Bahamas, divers found a blue hole so deep their...
Dear God, I come to you today with a heart full of hope and trust in your healing power. I know that you are the great physician, the one who can restore health and bring wholeness to my body, mind, and spirit. Lord, I pray for healing in every area of my life. I ask that you would touch my physical body and bring restoration to any sickness or pain that I am experiencing. I believe that by your stripes I am healed, and I trust in your promise to restore health to me. Lord, I also ask for healing in my mind and emotions. I pray that you would calm any anxieties or fears that I am feeling, and that you would bring peace to my heart. I ask that you would fill me with your love and joy, and that you would guide me to make healthy choices that promote my overall well-being. Lord, I know that you are a God of miracles, and I trust in your power to bring about healing.
Mr. Talala.
Advance your gifted kids liquid.
Five chicas at night. Yes.
Great taste white, like the 9 out of 10.
Pag di tama ang kinakain. Pag di tama ang kinakain.
O nagkakasakit.
Opo. Opo.
Unity gap na yan.
Stop! Unity gap. You know, hexagons are the bestagons. Why? Because bees. Bees are the best and build only the bestagon, the hexagon. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bees build hexagons because they're hexapods with hexagon eyes. How could they do otherwise? Excellent point. But the Humble Bumble has an engineering problem to solve. She makes two things, honey and wax, the former to eat and the latter to contain the former. To make but a little honey, she must visit a lot of flowers, and to make 1 unit of wax, she needs 8 units of honey. Wax is costly for bees in flower terms, and honey is drippy in food terms. So to make a hive that contains the maximum honey while using the minimum wax is royally vital. Thus, a honeycomb conjecture. Which shape works best? To answer, we need to talk tiles. Tiling is covering a surface with a pattern of polygons. There's lots of options because there's lots of polygons. Even the regulars go on and on-agon. Now for bees picking patterns, the more complicated ones obviously use more lines than necessary. That's what complicated means, and thus a honeycomb of that tile would use more wax per honey. So sticking to the simple regulars, there are just 3 that tile tightly: triangle, square, and hexagon. Pentagons are broken hexagons, leaving gaps, same with septagons. Octagons are alright, but they're no hexagon, which leaves the tiling trio which tile differently. A square is a square of squares, which is a square of squares, and so on. Squares tile tightly by basically cheating, covering an infinite plane with an infinite number of parallel lines. Like, wow, that's what a plane is. Boring. Triangles pull the same trick, dividing themselves down into infinite nothing. But not the hexagon, the only regular polygon to tile a plane without resorting to debasing self-division. Unlike some squares I could mention, at least triangle is trying to be more geometrically interesting than square, teaming up a bit to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait, hexagon! The other shapes can't help it, they just want to be the bestagon. Even some of the irregulars like rhombus tile by hexagoning. Same with your tracheus tiles and deltoid trihexanogals and your crystal rhombles and florid pentanogals. Look, they're all just hexagons. Even chirotiles, or pentagons, tile up as best they can to form a lumpy hexagon. The rest just can't compete with the best. The hexagon, nobly indivisible, is the bestagon. Where were we? Oh, right, honeycomb conjecture. Max honey, min wax, 3 options. Okay, yes, there's the circle, a shape defined by the least perimeter for the most area, but that only works when you need just one. Pack circles, and this is the best they can do. Look at all that wasted space. And even if you pack the gaps, you still use more wax. And again, the way these circles arrange themselves, it's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hidden hexagon.
Bees use the hexagon because no shape is better to create the maximum area for the minimum wall, and this min-max stat of hexagon is one of the many reasons they show up everywhere, including in the aforementioned bee's eyes. Each hexagon is a long tube that leads to the light-catching cells at the bottom. More light equals better vision, and hexagons let the most light in using the least amount of wall. So why aren't your eyes hexagons? Au contraire, mon ami, they are the hexagon. Not on the outside, but on the inside. Your light-catching cells are at the back of your eye, in a hexagonal grid for the same reason as bees. Max light, min wall. Your window to the world is but through the hexagon. Does that not make it the bestagon? Okay, maybe hexagon as min-maxagon doesn't catch your fancy. Then how about a little mystery, oui? Let us travel to Saturn. Yes, the rings are attention-grabbing, but leave the equator, travel north, and here lies the unexplained, the great hexagon of Saturn. Need something for scale? Well, here's the Earth. Oh, here's 6 the Earths. Saturn's hexagon is pretty big. What is it? Well, you might be thinking it's a geological formation, an enormous basalt column like the smaller versions you find on Earth. But no, Saturn is a gas giant. There is no surface or geology to speak of, so the Great Hexagon is composed of shapeless clouds somehow keeping shape and changing color. It's a magnificent solar system mystery, and while I'm no space archaeologist, if I was looking for an alien-gifted monolith on the most look-at-me planet under a hexagon beacon with Earth-sized sides, that's where I would start. After all, what aliens would want to make first contact with the nearby monkeys before they became enlightened to pursue the universal truth? Hexagon is the bestagon. From the largest down to the smallest. Say, for example, this tiny snowflake I happen to have. That has 6 sides, as all snowflakes do. Gee, what could cause that to be? Let's zoom down to the atomic realm and see. When water molecules join together to make a flake, the sturdy shape they prefer is the hexagon. As more molecules join, they extend the flake fractally up. The beauty of the snowflake on the monkey scale is but an extension of the hexagonal perfection on the atomic scale. Okay, yes, you will sometimes find snowflakes with 12 sides, but this happens when 2 growing snowflakes get stuck together, so it still counts. And the hexagon isn't just for snow, but for all Ice 1H, which means basically all ice on Earth. Yeah, there's a little Ice 1C, which we don't talk about because it's made of cubes, and cubes are boring, and there's a bit of Ice 9. No, don't touch that. But if there is ice in your drink, give thanks to the hexagon for keeping it cool. And it's not just water. Lots of atoms use hexagons because, take a note, hexagons are the bestagons. Oh, using a pencil? Get ready to have your mind blown about the hexagon here too. The lead. Well, it isn't lead, it's carbon. And you know what carbon atoms think is the bestagon? The hexagon. Pencil graphite is a whole bunch of hexagonal carbons, and when they happen to be in a straight sheet, that's graphene, which happens to be the strongest atomic material in the universe, some of which is in that pencil. To tear a sheet of graphene apart, you would need 100 times more force than to do so with steel. Hexagon is strongagon. This is because when hexagons come together, they form 3-sided joints 120 degrees apart. This, for the least material, is the most mechanically stable arrangement. Pull on one joint and the other 2 equally pull back. Push in and the other 2 are the most able and stable to resist. Now look anew at a tiling of hexagons and you see it is composed of nothing but these max stable joints, each arranged perfectly to help the others be stronger and stabler. This is another reason hexagons show up everywhere. The universe blesses stability in her physics, from those basalt columns to bubbles, which, as soon as they can, ditch their spheres to become as close to hexagonal perfection as they can. That's so cool.
Look as powerful as your body feels.
Hexagonal perfection as they can. That's so cool. Oh, right, yes. So if your pencil lead contains some of the strongest material in the universe, how can you write with it? Okay, this is going to get even more exciting. While hexagons are super strong this way, they aren't super strong this way. On a small scale, that means your pencil can break off in layers to leave a mark. But on a big scale, hexagons can be flexible while keeping their strength, letting us construct some totally unreal materials. Print out a grid of hexagons in whatever, from aluminum to cardboard, make a little sandwich, and pow, you've got honeycomb paneling, a redonkulously tear-resistant material that's also super light and flexible. It's used everywhere, but particularly in aviation. Rockets need to be strong yet light. straight, same for aircraft, with wings that really can't tear but also need to bend. And only the magic of the honeycomb panel can do both as well. Give thanks to the hexagon for blessing our flight, and we still haven't yet discussed the most important application of the hexagon. Games. For centuries, there has been great debate over boards, squares or hexagons. Spoiler, hexagons wins. Square boards are the first thing an unenlightened species would think of. They look sensible and are easy to implement, but they are terrible, ineffective boards that cause spatial suffering. On a square board, move horizontal or vertical one space and you've moved one space, but move diagonal and the distance is the square root of two spaces. Gross. Diagonals warp the distance pieces move. Square boards look even and tidy, but it's deceit. Their diagonals corrupting the meaning of space and time. And of course they must, because a square only has 4 true neighbors. Hexagons, however, have 6, which is more than 4, which is better. And the distance from one space to the next is the same in every direction. One space, just as it should be. If you're a game based on squares, I'm so sorry, but there is hope. With thought and effort, you can hexagon yourself into a better place, as we all should aspire to do, spreading order and hexagonal enlightenment, for hexagons are the bestagons. And now that you agree, with your eyes you will see their 6-sided perfection in all things, and you will say to yourself as part of the order, hexagons are the bestagons. Thanks for stopping by for Communicator Coffee. Now go, share the enlightenment of the order with others.
Good morning. Good morning. Keep the good days coming when your gut grooves to its...
Triangles and triangles. Yeah, I don't get this one. Look at traffic cones. Look at. Yeah, you may be thinking. Oh, I'm still recording. Oh my god.
While waiting on a plane during taxi till takeoff, looking out the window, you may have noticed the giant number numbering the runway, say 8, which implies 7 others exist, at least, but this is a flight out of LOL Airport in Nevada's desert of nothing. There's only 2 runways, which, given the passenger load, seems like maybe 1 too many already. What's the deal with runway numbers, you might wonder aloud? Oh, hello again. Flying to Nook as well, are you? It is a long flight, so there's tons of time for me to tell you all about it.
My dad broke this glass vase, but instead of throwing the entire thing away, I wanted to repurpose it into a spearhead. The first step is to take the thick part of the glass and knock off any remaining pieces of the vase. To shape this chunk of glass,
squint your eyes and double tap the screen. Which road do you choose? Keep scrolling if you choose hell, but if you choose heaven, share this blessing with a friend and click the link below. Squint your eyes and double tap the screen. Which road do you choose?
Son, I'm here. Have you defrosted the chicken yet?
I couldn't find any results. You're just cooked.
Hey! What's going
So what? He made fan-made tracks.
You want
Mechanical first. Let's try and overturn.
New Pantene Supplement Conditioner with provitamin and collagen. Smooths out the chunk easily for smoothie. It's not luck, it's Pantene.
this guy. Okay, never mind. I think I should end the video before it becomes 1 hour.